Alright, Shalom. Before I start, let me give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bahasham, for Chakurash, the honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim, Wakwat, and learning, teaching, truth, and sincerity. And it's going to be another video through the Spirit. And hopefully, y'all be able to hear the audio decently. Alright, I got to do videos like this where I want the video to play. I actually got to record it like this because StreamYard is too weak to actively handle playing videos at the same time. You know, I came across this little interview that David Banner, you know, brothers know of him. You know, he a rapper. You know, now he's like an activist now. You know, he talks a lot of, and you know, some of the things that he says are on point. But since he doesn't acknowledge that he's an Israelite, certain things are off. But concerning the death of this George Floyd guy, he was making certain crucial statements, which I'm going to play in this video. All right, hey, you know, right here it says, what are you willing to sacrifice for the death of a black person? In which he's talking to the average Jake, because our people have a bad mentality right now. They're too complacent. All right, they don't want to. Our people are scared of Esau, Edom. They're broken mentally. All right, so he's trying to ignite the spirit of basically of what's the word, of rebellion, but you know, taking it from a spiritual standpoint, we have to be in the spirit of, if we have to give up our lives or our things in this world for this truth, then we have to be okay with that. All right, because we're not going to be living in this society forever. All right, so I'm gonna let it play and let him talk for a minute.
Always respecting it,
and Salaki, I hope the fan ain't too loud. I'm trying to move it back, but I'm gonna let it play.
Looking for my voice, and I really appreciate that.
I didn't even say your damn name. My bad, brothers. Hey, y'all get up on my little brother from another mother, the one and only David Banner. Sorry about that, man. I'm so damn mad I can't think straight.
It's all good, bro. This is the question that I just want to ask people. One of the problems that I have is we as a whole, we keep acting like, that's why I'm glad you said what you said. There's a systemic problem in America. And, you know, people are starting to see that white supremacists have been ghosting and being a part of the police department, but that's always been the case. When the Ku Klux Klan was supposedly shunned by America, they took off, in a lot of cases, they took off their white sheets and put on blue. And the problem to me with black people is we consistently think that politics is for us. We consistently think the police is for us. I hear so many black people consistently say these people need to be arrested. And we start feeling good when we hear words like the FBI is investigating. That's like me saying it's a part.
God, and you know what he's talking about? Our people, and our people they trust too far in Egypt. All right. They trust too far in the way that Esau Edom runs his system. All right, which is why, hey, if our people didn't care so much about America, they wouldn't be rioting. But they have such a, you know, you got Jake out there. You know, they want to be equal, you know, rather than being better. All right, which is what David Banner, he's trying to explain, that you need to stop relying on Esau Edom's government.
The same system. It's like me saying my hand is investigating my foot.
Yep. Hey, Revelation. What is that? I'll get it real quick. Revelation. Esau Edom doesn't realize that. I mean, our people, Israelites, they don't realize that this is one big system. This is one big game. What is that? Revelation 11 or is it 13? Maybe 13 and 11. You speak. Let's get that real quick. Revelation 13, yup. Revelation 13 and 11, it says, and I beheld another beast come up out of the earth. All right, this system that we're dealing with now. All right, it says, and he had two horns like a lamb. All right, this is the Roman Empire revived, today known as America. It says he had two horns like a lamb. What are those two horns today? The Democrats and the Republicans. All right, anciently in Rome, the plebeians and the patricians. It says, and he, two horns like a lamb. Meaning that at first glance Esau tries to be soft and delicate and appear that he's righteous. But what? It says, and he spake as a dragon. But on the contrast, when you look at how he deals, when you look at how he treats us, the laws that he speaks, all right, they're draconian. They're hardcore, and they usually result in death for the smallest of infractions. And our people don't get it that this is one big system. They don't realize that both the horns are connected to that same beast. All right, and that's what David Banner is trying to explain. It's a big setup, and our people don't see it.
So if we constantly see these people constantly getting investigated by these systems and nothing ever happens, then what are we going to do? Think about this. George Floyd is not going to be able to see a judge. We think these white folks' lives are better than our lives. No, we want the same thing that you took away from us. If you take my child away, I don't want your sorry. I want your child. And until we start respecting and loving black life, because and think about this, Richie, I want you to think about this. Anytime a person's face is away from a cop, there is no reason for you to pull out your gun.
So I'm going to fast forward a little bit, because there's a specific point he made.
So for me, until their lives start being affected, till their mothers and fathers start, it's a friend of mine. Right now, my company is working on making a bulletproof vest. Everybody out to think about this. Every time we post an atrocity on our social supremacy, when you post black people dying, but you don't do nothing about it.
Formula. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't figure out the math problem, so you go back and change the formula. Those bully.
That's not white.
Let me say that again.
White supremacists hate everybody that's not internal order. Let's be clear about what they are. They gonna protect their brothers as much as they think about the stuff that we asked for. How are you gonna let somebody else serve justice when they wait for American cops? They sending clips to call your house. For a black person, they look at it from a white person's perspective. Players, rappers, like to talk about doing Black History Month.
Okay, Khan. Okay, he's about to make the points now that I want to get to, in which I'm going to be getting scriptures on. Our people, they're no longer willing. Our people are too comfortable here. All right, hey, you know it's being, you know, those out there rioting and protesting, it is carnal. But on the flip side of it, it shows you that Jake is starting to get a sense of understanding that of who they're dealing with. All right, because if this was, man, let me let it play.
Sacrifice. What are you willing to sacrifice for the death of a black person? That's it. We ain't got to do too much talking. Well, I'm talking about the everyday, ordinary person. I'm talking about the person that works at the corner store. What are you willing to do? What are you willing to sacrifice? If you do sin, what you gonna do? George Zimmerman is still around here selling stuff that has to do with the murder he committed, and he's still walking in the streets with everybody a gangster.
I've been saying.
So nobody cares. If somebody don't bring back your dope, you go into their house and you gonna do something. Think about this, Ricky. And people gonna get mad when I say this. If a black person kills a black person, your grandmother will tell you, y'all need to go see that Negro. When a white person,
hey, and that's the curses. Our people are vicious towards each other rather than vicious towards their true enemy.
does something to an innocent black person, people to pray.
Oh yeah.
God gave you everything that you need.
So that's about it.
Noah, we want the same thing.
For everything.
Away from a cop, there is.
Okay, yep, another point real quick. Let me take it back.
We always talk about black history, and one of my mentors told me this. Our grandmothers and grandfathers constantly sacrificed for us. Think about what they did in Birmingham, what they did in Mississippi, what our parents would sacrifice in order for us to have the things that we have now. What is our generation willing to sacrifice to make sure that our children don't have to go through the same thing? Because we're talking about the same thing our grandparents talked about. So that means that we need to sacrifice more. So I'm not asking you what you're willing to post. Because Ricky, I want you to...
Right there. So that's basically it. Those are the two main things I wanted to, highlight on, and he made two good points. Hey, our people aren't willing to sacrifice anything because they're too scared of Esau Edom. They trust in oppression, which is against Hey, the scriptures got something to say about that. I'll get that real quick. Let me pull that up. All right. Hey, you got. Hey, look. And even concerning us in the truth, we can't get too comfortable here. Could be because we know what's about to happen. These people have no idea what's about to happen. All right. Jake is angry, and we see it every other year since these mass killings have been happening of Israelites. You know, Jake could get killed, and then 15 days later, everything will calm down. Why? Because ultimately, our people have that buck dancing Tom spirit. They just want to stay here and slap on Shaquita and roll a blunt. You know, at the end of the night, Isaiah, we're gonna get 30 and 12. Yeah, which is they call that shit. Isaiah chapter 30. Let me see. Oh, you know what? Khan right here says, "Woe to the rebellious children." Turn this fan back on. It got hot quick. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. And our people cover themselves with the spirit of Esau, Edom, which is why, and that man David Banner, another point he made in that video, he was saying our people look at things from an Edomite standpoint, from a white supremacist standpoint. They go to call the police on the police. They go to the government for something that the government is doing to them. Our people have the mind and the mentality of the devil upon them, and that's why their actions are always in fear of Esau, Edom. They won't stand up to the devil because they're afraid of the devil. They live their life like the devil. All right, niggas walking around living like an American. All right, so now we're gonna jump down. You know, let me keep going. Verse 2, that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth. So they don't ask at the mouth of the Lord. They ask at the mouth of Esau. They're down there protesting to the person that killed them, saying no justice, no peace. We want justice and peace. We want you to indict them, to arrest them. And the same other cops, the dude who killed that guy is a cop, and it was other cops protecting him at his house. You know, it's silliness. All right, it's time to come back to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right, it says that walk to go down into Egypt, and today America is modern day Egypt. All right, Revelation 11. All right, so when you see Egypt here, you can associate it with America today and all of its power. It says, and have not asked of my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. And that's what our people do. They trust in Esau, Edom's power, rather than trusting in the Lord. All right, which is why it says this, verse 12. Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise the word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. And that's why these things are happening. The Heavenly Father is putting the spirit on Esau to remind these niggas of who their enemy is and why we're in this captivity. All right, we're not here to be living it up, you know. Look, hey, even you got that nigga LeBron James talking smack on his social media. Nigga, shut up. You out here making your millions of billions of dollars, not doing nothing to help your people, but now that you're being oppressed, now you have a problem. That iniquity is breaking through the wall. You niggas are starting to get your nigga wake up call, and now you're feeling uncomfortable. All right, and they just want things to go back to normal. All right, they're not really ready for the kingdom, which is what David Banner is explaining. All right, people like that, so-called black activists, a lot of them are full of shit, but there's certain ones every so often that are a little bit more sincere. Ones like Dr. Umar Johnson, he don't have the truth, but he's a little bit more sincere. Dr. Khalid Muhammad, who had died some years back, one of the people who, you know, hey, I used to watch him, you know, first coming into the truth, because he helps you, he would help incite that spirit against Esau. He even used to quote scriptures. But, you know, they have a basic level of understanding, but they don't have enough. All right, which is why they're not going to lead us to salvation. But they make good points every so often. All right, Psalm 62 and 10. It says, trust not in oppression, and become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not your heart upon them. Con. And our people trust in oppression. That's why they're so shocked at when Esau busts them in the head, because they thought, oh, this is my America. I live here too. I pay my taxes. I go to the football game like everybody else, you know. And it's being revealed that we're slaves here. We're not here to be living it up. We're here to work. And if you don't work, you get your head busted. And you might get your head busted while working anyway. All right, which is what this guy David Banner is trying to explain. Hey, when you look at our history, hey, what did Moses say to Pharaoh? Was he asking Pharaoh if he could just be easy, if he could just chill out? No. What did he ask Pharaoh? We'll get this out of Exodus, in which David's trying to explain our people aren't willing to go through anything to break this condition. Our people are just, they're too content, which is why we need Yahweh Shai to come back and save us. If it was left up to us, we would be like this forever, because we've been like it for the past couple hundred years. Niggas get up and get mad for a minute, and then they go back to sleep. Matter of fact, let me get another scripture. Genesis 49, according to the prophecy. All right, because, man, you know, this is up. Everyone's up in arms and angry, but this shit would dissipate, and this thing would dissipate in 2 months. All right, this would go back to normal in 2 months. All right, you know how it goes. Our people, hey, niggas want to go to the mall. Niggas want to go back to playing bad. Niggas want the, you know, they took down rims and shit. Niggas want the rims to get set back up. Niggas want, it's amazing, at least out here in Detroit, you know, or the metro area, the weed stores, the stores that sell miracle marijuana and drugs and shit, all those places are still open, and those lines be filled down the street. Our people still want to live it up and have fun. They're not in the spirit of getting out of here. They're not in the Maccabean spirit. All right, Genesis 49 and 8. It says, no, Genesis 49 and 9. Judah is a lion's whelp. You so-called Negroes, all right, Jamaicans, Haitians, African Americans, all right, that was brought over from the west coast of Africa and landed in many different parts of the world. This is you, Judah. It says you're a lion's whelp. It says, from the prey, my son, thou art gone up. A lion, when it chases its prey, it's supposed to hunt it, hold it down, and kill it. Y'all have released the prey. You're no longer engaging in the hunt. You've slacked. All right. It says he stooped down. You've sat down. You're no longer a mighty man. You niggas is weak sauce. It says he couched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? So this is, you know, our people are in a sitting, sleeping state. They're sitting, just letting things happen to them. You know, broken, defeated spiritually. They're no more, you know, David was making the point. He said in the 60s, he said the shit that we're going through is the same shit that we're going through in the 60s. Why? Because after all that civil unrest era, Jake went back to sleep. They sat back down and got back comfortable. All right, as the saying goes, they went out with signs and, was it picket signs, and they came back with good jobs. Our people sat down. All right. In contrast to when you look at the past, and I'm not telling anyone to, I'm not inciting the spirit of rebellion. Hey, we have to turn to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That's how we get out of this. I'm just showing you the spirit of our people, which David Banner was highlighting. These niggas is too comfortable here. Too comfortable. They're not rioting because they want to be out of America. They're rioting because they want things to go back to normal. All right. Exodus 5 and 1. What did Moses say? And afterward Moses and Aaron went in and told Pharaoh, thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, power of Israel, let my people go, that they may hold a feast unto me in the wilderness. All right. Hey, Moses, he didn't say, Pharaoh, could you? He said, let my people go. All right. They wanted freedom. And that's what a true Israelite would want today, freedom in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Not to be equal with the white man, not for him, not for the police to just stop beating up on us less. They would want absolute freedom. All right. As a matter of fact, let me get this out of the Maccabees, because it comes to a point to where you have to put your foot down. You have to do something. Otherwise, these devils is going to get rid of you. You have to turn to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because that's all that we can truly do. Let me check. It may be the 2nd chapter. Let me type this up real quick. Now I'll probably end it. Is that 1st Maccabees? Yep. 2nd Maccabees. Oh no, 1st Maccabees chapter 2. All right, because according to our law, you know, we have the Sabbath. You know, we're supposed to rest. You know, no lighting the flame, no vigorous activity. And these heathens knew that. And during the time of the Greek captivity, they would come fight against us on the Sabbath day. All right, so let me read this. It says, so they rose up against them in battle on the Sabbath, and they slew them with their wives and their children and their cattle, to the number of 1,000 people. So the heathen, the Edomites, had came up and killed us on the Sabbath day, all right, which was, wicked as hell. And this is what Mattathias had said, verse 39. It says, now when Mattathias and his friends understood hereof, they mourned for them right sore. And one of them said to another, if we all do as our brethren have done, and fight not for our lives and laws against the heathen, they will now quickly root us out of the earth. And at that time they decreed, saying, whosoever shall come to make battle with us on the Sabbath day, we will fight against him. Neither will we die all as our brethren that were murdered in the secret places. All right, and this is a spirit that we have to get in on a spiritual level, not carnally. We can't go and fight. But it's time to turn to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We can't lay down and just expect things to get better, which those Israelites who they laid down on the Sabbath day and they got their lives stripped of them because of it, which is why Mattathias, and he instilled it in his sons, which became the Maccabees, the brethren. Hey, if they come up on the Sabbath day, you got to get up and do something. David Banner, he's trying to tell Jake, you got to get up and do something, but Jake is a sleeping lion. They don't want to get up, all these people talking smack in the comments, and ain't none of them about it for real. Ain't none of them, and which is what he was saying, that social media shit, making posts. He's like, you can make all the posts you want, but that doesn't mean anything. All right? Our people have a real bad head case of being afraid of the devil. All right, but it's all going to come to a head soon. The Lord is going to get the victory for us and establish justice and peace for us. That's who our justice and peace is going to come from. All right, from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, not from Esau, Edom. So we shouldn't ask it of the devil. We should be asking it of the Lord. Matter of fact, I'll get one more scripture and end it out. All right, that's in Isaiah. I was just next to it. You going down to the same person that's whooping up your head. That's, only our people. Only our people. I just read in Isaiah 30. I'll read in Isaiah 31 now. You're going to go to the same person that's cracking your head. That's why you still getting your head cracked. You going to go to the little brother just beat you up, so you going to go to his big brother. Man, your little brother just beat me up. The big brother going to do the same to you. All right, Isaiah 31:1. It says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. You Jake, going to scream and cry at the same people whooping your heads, and what they going to do? You see what they're doing. All right, type up what they're doing. Throwing cans of spraying mace in your face, throwing tear gas at you, calling the military in on you. That's not the way to go. It says, and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. So that's what we're supposed to do. Seek Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That's how we get out of this. You don't go run into the devil to complain about the devil. Alright, so with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem HaKakodash. Good honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim. Walk them learning, teaching, truth, and sincerity. I'm saying shalom.